What do you hear? What do you say? Happy Friday, everybody. I know the weekend's coming up. I'm ready for it. I'm sure you all are too. But we got a little bit of NFL news today, and unfortunately it does affect the Eagles. Carson Wentz is out indefinitely with a foot injury. Are you kidding me? And it's starting to look like a concern that it might be serious. This is big news for the Eagles. We want that first round pick. If Wentz misses significant time this year, that's going to go from a first to a second, and that's not what we want to see. So we're all hoping he's okay. But seriously, what is wrong with this dude? He can't stay healthy. I just think, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, I think he's mentally weak. Now, after the way this last year has played out, the way he fell apart last year, the way he gets hurt constantly, and the way he wanted to leave town because he had a bad year and he was worried about Jalen Hurts taking his job, I just think this guy's mentally soft. And I believe that also kind of transfers into injuries a little bit. I'm glad we traded him. Honestly, I'm glad. We just should have traded him a year earlier before you drafted another quarterback instead of letting the guy melt down. You should have just traded him earlier, Howie Roseman. You waited too long, just like you did with Zach Ertz. Now, what's going to happen here? I don't know. We're going to have to follow this closely. If Wentz is out the entire year, that's going to be bad. Hopefully the Colts will be really bad, so at least that second-round pick's a high second-round pick. But I'm worried about it. Hopefully it's not that bad, but it is starting to look like a concern, according to ProFootballTalk.com. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. We're going to have to follow that closely. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Jalen Reagor. Guy fails his conditioning test. I'm sorry your friend died, but dude, what is with Eagles drafting these mentally weak players? I don't care if your friend's in trouble. You need to show up to work. I've had bad things happen in my life. People I love die, and I had to go to work, and I had to bust my ass. And you can't pass your conditioning test? And same with Dallas Goedert. Like, seriously, dude, you're supposed to be showing us you're going to replace Zach Ertz. This is why I don't want to lose Zach Ertz, because I'm not sold on Dallas Goedert like everybody else is. He's always hurt, and I'm just not sold. He's got to show me something. So I'd rather have Zach Ertz, because at least I know Zach Ertz is a baller. He comes to play, and he's going to be counted on in big moments. Dallas Goedert has shown a lot of potential, but I need to see consistency. I need to see that he can stay healthy, and I sure as hell need to see that he can pass his conditioning test. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable in my mind to be a professional football player and not pass your conditioning test. That is a joke. And I blame Howie Roseman for drafting mentally weak players. Just because a guy may interview well, sound really nice, oh yeah, he'll fit in the locker room, whatever, dude. I don't care about that. I want a guy who's mentally tough, who comes to play. I don't care if he causes a little ruckus in the locker room. I want somebody tough, because you need to be tough in this league to be successful. So, my mind, I have a lot of doubts about Jalen Reagor. I hated the draft pick. We saw some flashes. He has some talent, but I was hoping he could at least be a number 2 wide receiver. But I got to be honest, if he can't pass his conditioning test, I have seriously big doubts that he can even be a number 2 wide receiver at this point. I'd much rather see Quez Watkins come in and take the job, because at least he showed me something. But, I don't care. I'm sorry, Jalen Reagor, you're going through a hard time. Everybody does. We all do. I had someone very close to me die a couple months ago. I still had to go to work and bust my ass, and I didn't miss a beat at work. You know why? Because most jobs don't care. They're not going to let you not do your job. So you missed your conditioning test. that just shows to me you're not a professional. You're not mentally tough. You're not prepared. After the crap season you had last year, you should have came in this year ready to play. You have something to prove. And all, you know, and I have to look at Howie Roseman because he drafts bad. Derek Barnett, he's going to lose his job to Josh Sweat, who I told y'all Josh Sweat is a player. But Barnett is right now looks like he's going to lose his job. This guy was a first-round pick. What was he, like 15th, 16th overall pick? I mean, this guy should be balling, and he's not. To me, he's not that good. That's why I don't think we're going to keep him. I do think we're a little bit lucky that Josh Sweat has showed that he's a player, because at least you got one good young defensive end that you can build around. But really, I mean, I don't want to sound too negative because I still believe in this team this year, and I'm just pissed off about Wentz. I'm pissed off about Reagor, and I'm pissed off about Dallas Goedert. But hey, the good news is we still got Zach Ertz this year. He's going to ball. I don't care what people say. I still believe he could play. He's a professional. He may not be happy in this situation. I still think Dallas Goedert can come in and have a good year, but I just think it's unacceptable to fail your conditioning test as a professional athlete, as a second-round pick. And then Jalen Reagor, honestly, dude, I don't even know what Jalen Reagor is at this point. To me, he's mentally weak. He's always hurt. And right now, he looks like a bad draft pick. So we'll see what happens. Carson Wentz, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I hope he's okay. I want him to have a healthy season. But again, another mentally weak player that Howie Roseman drafted. I just have to be honest and say it. But the good news is our quarterback now is not mentally weak. He's already shown that. So I will say that's good news. I like Jalen Hurts. I like Devontae Smith. I like a lot of our players. I still think we're going to take this division. But today, yeah, just not one of those good days, I guess, as far as that goes. But there's a lot to be excited about still. But just venting off of Jalen Reagor failing his conditioning test, it's just unacceptable to me. It's just not acceptable, especially for a first-round pick. Like, dude, you better bring it. And then we'll see what happens with Carson Wentz. We'll follow that closely, and we'll get back to y'all. Anyways, have a good one. Talk to you later.